Hello peoples, another one new video. நம்ம இது வரைக்கும் ஒரு 1 month தான் நம்ம இது வரைக்கும் வீடியோ போடாமல் இருந்திருக்கோம். ஏன்னா கொஞ்சம் பர்சனலாக கொஞ்சம் ஒர்க் இருந்தது, அதனால் நம்ம போடாமல் இருந்துட்டோம். இனிமேல் நம்ம கண்டினியூவாக வீடியோ போட்டுட்ருப்போம். வீக்லி 2 வீடியோஸ் இல்லை 3 வீடியோஸ் போட்டுட்ருப்போம். இன்றைக்கி நம்ம பார்க்க போகிற வீடியோ 6-2 offense. How to run 6-2 offense. இதனுடைய வீடியோவை தான் நம்ம இன்றைக்கி பார்க்க போகிறோம். அதே போல் நம்மளுடைய சேனலை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணாதவங்க சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள். பக்கத்திலே பெல் ஐக்கான் இருக்கும், அதையும் கிளிக் பண்ணிங்க. அப்போ தான் நம்ம போடுற வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு உடனுக்குடன் நோட்டிஃபிகேஷனாக கிடைக்கும். வாங்க வீடியோக்குள்ளே போகலாம். One of the most popular offense in volleyball is the 6-2. That is when you have 6 hitter, 2 outsides, 2 middles and 2 right side hitter and 2 setters. The setters get substituted out when they go to the front row and a right side hitter replace them, while a little over half of the game is spent in transition. The other half will be spent in serve receive. This article will look to provide simple formation for a team running a 6-2 offense. Rotation 1. For the first rotation, we started our starting setter in zone 1. For the purpose of this article, we have the outside hitter following the setter. Following means that they would be the next server after the setter. We will also assume that a libero will go in a back row middle hitter. Most teams will attempt to pass with both outside hitters and a libero, and our patterns will reflect this. There will be a few rotation when we can employ on alternate serve receive by having the right side hitter as a passing option, and those will be demonstrated. In rotation 1, we drop the front row outside hitter back to pass with the libero and second outside hitter. This will force our players to hit out of position in serve receive. Right side hitter hits on the left side and the left side hitter hit from the right side on the first play. Rotation 1 and 4 alternative formations. There are two fairly common alternative rotation in the first rotation. In the left side of the photo above, this is called stagging. It's when you bring your front row outside hitter over to the left side in order to pass. This allows the middle hitter and outside hitter to hit from their normal position. The right side hitter will need to hit something outside of their normal range. A combination with the middle hitter, a slide or a 3-1, or they can race across the court as the serve is in the air to hit from the right side. In the second alternative, you could push the outside hitter up and drop the right side hitter back and into serve receive. Both players will hit out of position for the first attack and then can switch after the ball goes over. Rotation 2. In rotation 2, the front row outside hitter will drop back and pass, while the setter pushes up behind the right side hitter. Typically, the middle hitter and the right side will switch sports as the serve is in the air so that all three players are attacking from their provide the sports in the offense. Rotation 2 provides the most common overlap in the 5-1 serve receive formations, while the right side hitter is encouraged the shift to the right to try to get out of the way and closer to the right side to attack. It is imperative that the setter remain between the libero and back row outside. The setter tends to trap right with the right side and end up overlapped with the back row outside hitter. Stress to the setter that they morally how to remain behind the right side hitter and to know to the setter that they morally have to remain behind the right side hitter and do no need to move left or right with them. Rotation 3. In rotation 3, the front row outside hitter will drop back into left back to pass. The setter will push up behind the front row middle. One thing to stress to the setter is that they can move all the way over to be just to the left of the back row outside hitter, but emphasis that they still have to remain behind the front row middle hitter. Rotation 3 and 6 alternative formation. In rotation 3, one simple change is to leave the front row outside hitter on the 3-meter line and drop the front row right side hitter back to pass. One difference to stress to the setter will be that they have to stay further to the left than in the traditional formation where both outside hitters are back passing. Rotation 4. Rotation 4 will be the opposite of rotation 1 with a new setter and a new right side hitter. There will be a double substitute every 3 rotation unless of course you have a setter who is also a good hitter. Then you will only need to substitute one setter in for a right side hitter if you have two setter that can attack. Then you may not even need to substitute the same alternative rotation that you have in rotation 1 will also apply to rotation 4. Rotation 5, much like rotation 4, rotation 5 will be a mirror image of rotation 2. That's one of the beauties of the 6-2 offense. Teams really only need to learn 3 different rotations and they repeated them every 3 rotations. Rotation 6. Just like a previous 2 rotation, rotation 6 mirror rotation 3. It also has the same alternative option as the rotation 3. After rotation 6, there will be a second double substitution. Conclusion of this video. If your team has 2 good setters, then the 6-2 offense may be best for you. If they can also hit, you may be able to save substitutions, but either way, your team will only need to learn and practice 3 different rotations. Best of luck. Thanks for watching this video. I will meet on next video. Bye bye.